Welcome everyone, I'm Bob McFarland, a software developer on the Save the Cat team. I'll be your host as we take a look at beat sheets. The beat sheet is a great place to go after you've written a killer logline. The Blake Snyder beat sheet consists of 15 critical beats that help you guide the development of your story. In each beat, something happens to keep your story and your hero moving forward. So how do you work with beat sheets and Save the Cat? Let's go to the demo. I've already got my project open and the beat sheet is over here on the left. In fact, we call this section the Beats section, even though it also contains tabs for characters, locations, things, relationships, setups, and payoffs. Now just a quick note. You can hide this entire section if you want the area for the board to be wider. Click the Show Hide button on the toolbar, then Hide Beats section. Click again to bring it back. You can also make the beat section fill the entire screen. Click the Full View button on the toolbar, then Beats. Click Full View again, then Restore to restore the main view. All right, the beat sheet. 15 beats. In this list on the left, you have a card for each beat. When you start a new project, a scene card is also created for each beat, linked to the beat, and placed on the board in the correct location. These cards are identified by the red block in the color coding section of the card. They also have the tip for the beat in the description box. Whenever you change the description for a beat, the description for the linked card will be updated automatically. And if you change the description for the scene, the beat description will be updated automatically. I'll demonstrate. I'll type something in the opening image card. When I press Tab, you can see that the beat card description changed as well. If you don't want the beat and scene to stay in sync, we have an option for that. Perhaps you remember the project preferences from the Getting Started video. Click the Save the Cat menu, then Project Preferences, then Preference Settings, then Sync Beat Scene Cards with Beats. Now, when you make a change in the card, it won't change the beat, and vice versa. Okay, the initial beat sheet that is created for a new project is called Blake Snyder Beat Sheet. Notice, though, that the field that has the name of the beat sheet is a drop-down list. Because writing is a creative endeavor and stories can go in many directions, you can create multiple versions of your beat sheet in order to experiment with multiple versions of your story. Maybe you're working on a novel, and you think it might work better as a short story. You don't want to lose the beats you've come up with for the novel, but you know things will have to change if it is a short story. Click the Beats button on the toolbar. You can see that you have two options. You can start from scratch with a blank beat sheet, or make a copy of your current beat sheet and start with that. I'll just add a new blank beat sheet. Now I have two Blake Snyder beat sheets. To distinguish between them, I can change the name of this new one. I just highlight the name and type the new name. When I tab out, it asks me to confirm the change. I click Yes, and I have a new name. The description is where you can type in a reminder for yourself as to your intentions for this particular beat sheet. Just a way to help keep yourself on track. If you want to delete a beat sheet along with its related boards, click the Beats button on the toolbar. A new option is available to delete the current beat sheet. When we only had one beat sheet, deleting it was not an option because you have to have at least one beat sheet. One other thing that happened when I created that new beat sheet is a new board was created. Each beat sheet has its own board. Since the beats are different, the story will be different. In fact, each beat sheet can have multiple versions of the board. But I'll talk about that in another video. In addition to changing the name of a beat sheet, you can also change the page count for your beat sheet. Setting the page count to a number close to what you're shooting for will let you know about how many pages you'll be writing for each beat. I'll change the page count to 20 for my short story. Notice the beats page counts all changed. The beat layout on the board changed, and the page numbers on the scene cards all changed. To switch between beat sheets, just select one of your other beat sheets in the drop-down. One last thing before we work on our beats. Don't forget about the little info buttons that give you tips about, in this case, the individual beats. Okay, when you're ready to work on a beat, click the keyboard icon of the beat you want to work on. The beat detail window opens. This is where your work really begins. Obviously, the beat itself is here at the top. You also have your current log line right here to help keep you on track. You can even tweak it if you have a sudden creative revelation. The My Reminders section is a place you can put notes about what the beat, in this case the opening image, means. Things to remember as you're writing this beat in any project you're working on. My Reminders will be there in every project you work on. As you're working on your beat, you may have thoughts and ideas that you want to capture that relate to this beat. Use the Notes section for this. It's easy to add a note. Just click the plus button for the category directly. The note pops up for you to type it in. If you change your mind, just hit the Escape key to delete the new note. When you're done typing, click the X to close the note, and the note appears in the list. You can change the category or order for a note just by dragging it around in the list. Watch for the little blue line between cards to see where you can drop it. If you want to edit a note, just double-click on it or click the keyboard icon. If you don't like the change you made to the note, hit the Escape key and the note will be closed without saving the changes. Clicking the X saves the changes and closes the note. If you no longer want a note, just drag it to the trash can and drop it in. Confirm the delete and it's gone. Now, if you need a new category, just type it in the drop-down, press Tab, confirm that you want to add it to the list, and you've got a new category. Now across the bottom are these little cards, one for each beat. Hover the mouse over a card to see a pop-up of that beat. Until you've typed in your beat, the pop-up card will show the tip about that beat. The line across the top of a beat card shows you which beat you're currently working on. Click on one of the little cards to switch to that beat. You can also navigate to the next beat by clicking the pointer over here on the right, and go to the previous beat using the pointer over here. If you need to print your beat sheet or send it to someone, go to the Print menu and select Beat Sheet. You can print your current beat sheet or all your beat sheets, and optionally include all of your notes. Now that you know how to use beat sheets and beats, coming up with the beats to tell your story is up to you. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want an in-depth understanding of beat sheets, the series of Save the Cat books are an excellent resource. Be sure to check out our other videos, and remember, if you have any questions, suggestions, or run into any issues, drop me an email at tech@blakesnyder.com. And be sure to visit our website at savethecat.com. And finally, as Blake once said, story is a puzzle, and getting all the pieces to fit just right is the point of the job.